What's going on, everyone? Lunar Knight right here with you guys with Fate's Charge and Short Doggy. We are bringing you our loot broadcast for Destiny 2 beta, kind of going over what we think and how we felt about the game, and we want your opinion too. So if you're in our chat, feel free to discuss things. I'm trying to get some stuff working right now because I try to do these things early, but people like to show up late.
Not me for once.
I know, that's amazing. So bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to get some things set up. Do I want to know what's so funny?
Short Doggy's being a man.
Well,
What?
There's nothing new about that.
We're trying to be.
Yes. Where the fuck did it go?
I really want to drink this.
So how's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are all doing fantastic today, tomorrow, whatever day it is where you are.
Well, I guess the big news today is Bungie has officially announced that the beta will be extending to not January, would be nice, July 25th, Tuesday.
What?
Yeah, so they're extending it till Tuesday. So that's cool.
So Tuesday, so make sure you have it downloaded by today at 5 p.m. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to be able to download it after. So as long as you have it downloaded, you should be able to play that beta up until Tuesday. And
That's good.
They said, be aware that there might be server problems because there will be periods of heavy testing. So don't be surprised if you get kicked off or something, or if it's slow. But otherwise, more beta time.
That's good.
Not gonna lie, I actually kind of thought they were gonna do something like that because just how well it been going,
Mm-hmm. And I also think it's because, as we all know, on Tuesday as well, we officially get to transfer over all our clans to the Destiny 2 servers, which is what I will be doing with loot on Tuesday.
Hey. I'm looking forward to that shit.
Same here. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, hell
Alright, let's see how this works. Not that. I don't need that. I need that. Alright, cool. Now we got multiple chat going up. So I've got chat coming from YouTube and Twitch to be able to show up on my stream at the same time. So that's fantastic.
Awesome.
Alright, guys. Well, let's see. We're not going to have my PlayStation background going on the entire time. I will do something in... I don't know. Do something with beta.
Looks like my husband has joined our stream.
Fantastic. Alright, guys, so as you guys know, Fate Charge is our admin. She is one of the creators, along with Crash to Earth, who created loot. So a big round of applause for them. Thank you so much for being with us. Since Crash has to work, God, so much has to be so important to go make money. Have to raise a family and stuff.
I mean, there's always the easy way to do it, but the easy way is always the illegal way. So
Don't talk to me about that. I'm going to be an attorney.
hey, we're friends. Get that whole trust thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James, you really need to change that name. But we'll come back to that another time.
Yeah, you can. At least you can change it. At least you can. So, would you guys? Oh, that's cool. My thing just completely froze. That's awesome. Thank you.
Wait, what's my...
Oh no, not my stream. Just the background of my content. My capture card froze apparently.
Broadcast.
Bra.
Fuck you.
Well, nobody wants to see
I'm
that.
weird. I'm freaking awesome, man. I will.
All right. Rebooting things up.
Yeah, well, no, apparently everything is just deciding to crash on me right now. Way to go. Thank you.
It's because we mentioned Crash, and he's not here, and he didn't like the fact that you were ragging on him. He had a crash system.
Crash is always so crash.
Yeah, psh. Whatever. All right, you know what? I'll just have to fix it. I'll just have to improvise, and I'll just have to add a nice little image that we have here. So,
But yes, me and Crash, so all of you know, we and a few other people decided we wanted a place to have fun, do what we love, and play with friends, and that's why we made Loot. And it works out really well because everybody is so great. Even those who aren't part of the everyday workings of making this clan great, you guys are all awesome, and we really love having you here, and we're really looking forward to Destiny 2 when it hits our shelves September 6th. So we have enough spots left open to welcome anyone who starts playing in September. So yay!
most people, I think you're trying to say. Yeah, no, I mean, I you know, that's the one thing about our group is, you know, we all came from, you know, one clan, and we grew enough where we felt like, you know, it was time for us to do something else. So we created, you know, Fate and Tony created one that we all can, you know, be here and, you know, do as a family type thing. You know, keep in mind that, you know, we all understand that people have families. We all understand that people, you know, have lives. So we made it more of a relaxed environment, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to make everything work out for everyone. So before we get all sappy and stuff like that, well, let's talk about the beta.
But I had something I wanted to say.
Okay, Shorty, what do you want to say?
Yo, everybody from Loot, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Y'all fucking awesome, okay? You guys, good fucking people. Keep doing what you're doing.
So basically, he's repeating exactly what we said.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
Oh, y'all.
Well, but this is a short dog version. This is the short dog version. So
this
we're
is
all
true.
good.
This
So-
is very true.
All right, guys. So, as we all know, the beta came out last week, and we've all been playing it since day one. Some of us have had more time on it than others, and some of us didn't get a chance until Friday to be able to be on. Some of us have lives, while some of us don't, and just sit around at home. Yeah, see, she's just pointing herself out because she knows I'm talking about her too.
Hey, I can't help it, but I played 13 and a half straight hours on day one, and probably drove myself crazy in the process.
That's not my fault.
But-
So, all right. So, I was gonna have a script, and everything just kind of went out the window with that. But you know, we've got plenty of stuff to discuss. First off, let's go ahead and talk about what was your favorite character? We all know Shorty's the hunter, so we don't have to ask him because he's just that way. He's a hunter master race, is what he is.
I mean, you know, I gave the Titan and Warlock a little more love on the Xbox, and yeah, the Warlock's new Nova Bomb. It's nice. It's just fucking nice. It's like when you first let that shit go, and it hits, and then all the little orbs comes out. You're sitting there like, yeah, eat it. All y'all is fucking eating it.
You know me, guys. I love my Warlock. I'm a Warlock hands down from day one. But I didn't get the best experience with my Nova Bomb. I pretty much stuck to the Dawnblade because I wanted to see, you know, what the new races were going to bring more so. But I probably the end half of the week I'm going to concentrate on, you know, the Gunslinger, the Void Walker, Striker Titan, because I really wanted to get a feel of the new subclasses. But by far I felt that the Hunter, unfortunately, was nerfed with their Golden Gun. It lasts 2 seconds for the few minutes that I tried it, and I gave up even trying to play it. Dawnblade, much as a Hammer Titan, but it is kind of amazing.
Yeah. Can I stop you for a second?
Yes, you can.
Did you post the links on Facebook about where the viewers can see the stream?
Of course.
On YouTube and on Twitch?
Did I? I did on for this one, yeah.
Okay, well, you sure? Can you double check and make sure so that way people can sit there? Because if your husband's the only one here, that's fine. But I just want to make sure that people aren't going to be like...
yeah, I just posted it.
Okay. Because I mean, we can sit here and talk all we want about it to ourselves, and you know that's fine. But you know, if we want interaction, we need people to know we're here.
Yeah.
Personally,
Hey, I posted a link.
She posted a
Person-
link.
looking the best looking new super out there right now is the Arc Strider.
It has a lot of potential. I mean, that staff does a lot of damage.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I mean it does. And here's my thought. Here's my feelings about the Arc Strider. He has the Force. He is a Jedi. He's like, I feel the Force.
Even the Captain America
And-
shield, it does quite a bit of damage as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you can like,
And you can make the bubble if
Yes.
you hold down L1 and R1.
yeah. I
I
mean-
have a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm pretty sure y'all noticed by now that pretty much the Titans is the only group that got pretty much two subclasses, two abilities in one.
Yes, and they also are the only ones that so far I've seen have 2 grenades at start. So if
Yeah.
you're using your Striker Titan, you get 2 lightning grenades
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Well, you can think of it as the Titan having dual supers, but the way I look at it is that's not the case. You can, before we were only able to use a defensive type Titan and use it only for a shield. Use it as a bubble, for protection, and that's all we've been able to do. But the way I'm thinking what Bungie has decided to do is that they're like, okay, we're not going to take away the infamous bubble that you can use for protection. But what if you could, with that character, have the same ability and be able to convert it to an attack position?
Yes.
People can use a force field to protect, but you can also use a force field to defend and attack. So why, I wouldn't consider it as two supers, but I would consider it as a dual purpose super. One that you can use it in a formation as an attack, or you can use it as a defense, depending on what you're being used for.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it gives you the opportunity. I mean, I haven't played with it a lot, so I can't really tell if it cuts the length of time if you convert to your bubble when you switch over to your shield. But it is the only super right now that utilizes the original Bubble Titan from D1 as opposed to any of the others. I mean, the whole idea of the Dawnblade now is essentially replacing the revived Warlock. There's going to be no coming back from death, and obviously the Arc Strider will replace the Blink Hunter.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna even see them. I think these are their replacements, and why they won't move over to Destiny 2 from Destiny 1. So I think this is our way of saying goodbye to our old friends. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with those, but they all have a good balance. I think we can all agree the supers are a bit slow, but they do last a long time once you do have it. If you're lucky enough to get it by the end of the Crucible match.
All right, but the question is to both of you, because neither one of you have actually answered the question, is which class do you prefer the most?
Warlock Master Race.
Hunter hands down. I mean, come on.
Nah.
We can get shit done without needing nobody help.
Okay. All right.
But I do agree with some of the reviews that I have on the Hunter. Your ability is the only one where you pretty much dodge and reload your weapon.
Yes.
Everyone else helps the team. Warlocks have a healing rift or a weapon empowerment rift. Titans have a shield that can protect you and your fellow teammates. So the Hunter's ability is the only one that can pretty much go at it alone
Right.
with no extra cover or buff.
I think what they're trying to do with the Hunter is kind of make it the what's that class called in like usual RPG games where it's like pretty much
Hunter.
The rogue?
I mean, I guess in some games But like,
Are you talking about like a rogue, someone that does their own thing, that strays from the group?
I guess.
All right.
Dude, you gotta understand. I don't play Final Fantasy and stuff like that often. So
Not
That's
just
all right.
Final Fantasy.
I mean, I'm just giving an example.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if Kate watching this, Final Fantasy 14 sucks ass.
All right, let's not start shit. All right. Real quick before we go into our next segment, I'm gonna present you guys a little of introduction of. Well, I mean, there's no music or anything. There's no sound, but I can add music, and that's what I'll do. I'll add some music. Hold on. But I'm gonna play a video of for you guys of a few of streams that a few of our fellow clanmates and admins have played. Mainly myself, Fates Chart, and Short Dog, since I had not received anything from anyone else. But you know what? I hope you guys enjoy this little clip that I'm about to add and play, and enjoy the music as well.
What? There you go, music.
Dun dun dun.
That's with that. So how will we be able to see?
You have to watch the stream. If you're not watching the stream, it's alright.
Here we go. Oh, it's my stream. From the farm. Of course, this one I can't jump.
I see. What is? You said this is on Twitch, right?
It's on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, guys, right now we're looking at Fate Charge. She was on the farm earlier streaming this, showing us our new social area. I did not capture any of the content of audio, mainly because it was kind of gibberish.
It was gibberish.
It was gibberish, but mainly what Fate is trying to do here, she's trying to actually get to a higher advantage point so she can show us all what it looked like from a higher advantage, and you get the full ability of knowing what's going on. But
I did make it to the top.
That's good. But I will say, like, I even was on the farm just for a few moments, for like the last 15-20 minutes, and I really like what they've done. I like the area. I'm hoping that right now I'm hoping that in a sense we had, we're just experiencing a little of it. I'm hoping that we actually get more of an open world. I know that they've closed out and they did not add the dealers or the repair, like the guy that was repairing the robots. You didn't see him. You didn't see anybody that was doing dealing or anything like that. So we couldn't buy anything, which is fine, and we all understand why. But I'm hoping that we get to have a little more open world where we can travel a little bit more outside of the fences, and kind of go inside the buildings and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's definitely more condensed than I said from the tower, but it offers a clear picture of the fact that I think we all realize that you'll be able to walk into this area without needing to go to orbit, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
And here's some Crucible.
Loner.
I'm
looking at your Twitch page. It says you're offline, bro.
It's not on my page. Look up the League of Ordinary Titans.
You did it too.
Oh, shut up.
The Samurai Cat.
Yes, that is my infamous Samurai Cat.
God damn it.
I don't know. We had control was interesting this time. I mean, it took some getting used to. The map was small and condensed, and of course there were weapon
Oh yeah.
things going on. But I can't say I hate it.
Yeah, no, actually,
And of course, one person gets heavy ammo.
yeah, that I think they'll fix that. I think they will fix that.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think they really need to fix it.
You don't think so?
No, because it's like I kind of feel like with that, it's more of a strategy. It's like, okay, so who really need who? Hold on.
Yeah, but what I think needs to happen is if there are two people within the proximity, I think it's it would be better, but on the other hand, when you think about it, if everybody was able to get heavy all at the same time, then it would just end up being a heavy bout, round, and people just get annihilated. And I think that's the one thing that people got tired of, was how everybody was able to get heavy all the damn time.
Now, what you're seeing is the Sunshot right here, and I have to say, as an exotic hand cannon, as I think a lot of us realize, it is essentially like the Fatebringer, but with solar damage. So
I really like that gun.
It worked out really, really well in this part of the strike. I can't tell you how many times I died as a hunter on here.
Oh, I know, me too. When I first played it, I kept dying constantly.
It was easy as a warlock, but a hunter, oh.
I felt like when you entered that room, like the gravitation of your character was like 100 times heavier. Like you were slowing down so much, and you could barely jump. I felt like there was a gravitational system going on. Like, I understand that is the force field, that is the shield generator, but I just honestly felt like once you entered that room in that part of the game, the gravity of your character was 100 times heavier. So it was the challenge of trying to get there without being ran over by the pillar, by the.
All I can say is
arms.
hug the wall.
Hug the wall.
Hug the furry wall.
Yeah.
Run as fast as you can, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much how it goes. So, but yeah, I mean, but talking about Crucible though, I like the Crucible. Yes, we played the same map over and over again, but I did learn a lot with that map. I did, learn to strategize how I play. Now, unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to play with any of my clan mates, playing Crucible, to kind of see where we can go with it. But that map, I have learned, kind of how to manage that map pretty well, and how people need to be broken up and stuff. I didn't do bad myself. I didn't do horrible, playing by myself. I actually did really well playing by myself. A lot of people, would beg to differ and say, it's a horrible idea going into competitive or going into Crucible alone and being matched up with randoms. You're more likely to lose, and that is true. But I really felt, even just by myself, I actually got a understanding and better feel for the game and how Crucible really works. So, but
that's true.
But
I think what we're going to see, though, is that as we get more competent and we understand the map and the guns, it will be harder for people by themselves to play Crucible. It's always better to go with a fire team.
What's up, Therian? How's it going, man?
What's up, Therian?
Yeah, but going back to what Short Dog was saying earlier, the one-person power ammo, I think, honestly, now that I kind of think about it and the several times that I've gotten it, I think it's fine. I actually kind of like the idea. It does bring more of a challenge, and I don't think it's a great idea that people, the entire clan or group or team would have the ability to overpower another team with strictly power ammo. So it does bring a different challenge. It does bring a different feel to the game, which I like, because it kind of keeps it even Steven. I mean, you have to be able to get to that power ammo by yourself and get it. And if you can't, then you know what? You better be pretty darn good with your primary and your special.
I mean, I don't think you have the clip, but there was an instance where I was rocking the rocket launcher on my hunter. And a lot of people were saying how the rocket launcher, it didn't get a lot of damage, and obviously I was the only one with one. I managed to kill 3 people on Zone B with 1 rocket.
There you go. I mean...
so they do the damage, guys. It's just, it's luck, it's timing, and it's skill that's going to make a difference in this Crucible. And they did say they wanted it harder than when we played Destiny 1. It's not going to be spamming your grenades, your supers, or your melee kills.
Oh, yeah, with the whole grenade thing, yeah. Barely got a grenade in every match I was in. Like, I'll say probably one grenade every, 3 minutes?
About that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's like it took me a second to kind of get my bearings with these grenades, with like how the grenades work now. But how they sound amazing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, you know, Crucible in general in competitive mode, I think is definitely a challenge. It's going to be more team oriented. Some people will not like that because there are a few people out there that are only solo players, and they prefer playing by themselves. So some of them will not like that functionality. Some people don't like the idea that it's a 4 versus 4 versus 6 versus 6. But we all know that, you know, that's one to help cut down server time when there's so people online and people waiting to play. Two, it does present a little bit more of a challenge. It does get people back into the game a little bit quicker. So I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages of the whole thing. Some people are just, you know, are gonna be not comfortable with the changes, and that's okay. But eventually, they will either like it or not. And will Bungie lose some people because of these changes? Possibly, but
They already have.
you know.
Yeah.
But does that?
I can't tell you how many people are complaining about the beta.
Well,
But
I mean,
that's the thing, guys. It's a beta.
yeah,
Yeah.
it totally is. I mean, they're gonna make changes based on, you know, ideas and thoughts and what we say. But I mean, they're not gonna change the 4 versus 4. That's gonna be a permanent situation. You know, they may change a few things here and there, but as far as right now, I mean, besides the minor things that I may not like, I honestly like the beta the way it is. I like the game. I'm looking forward to things. So we'll just have to see where it goes. But let's go. Go ahead.
I'm more curious about the expanse of what we'll actually be playing, because it does hint to a very large world out there for us to explore and to play with. So I know for me, that's what I'm looking forward to most, and seeing just how big these 4 new worlds we're getting are, including the European zone that we get to finally explore outside of Crucible map.
I agree with you on that. I'm absolutely looking forward to the open world events. I am looking forward to seeing how big these open world maps are going to be for these 4 new planets. You know, I'm also looking forward to how the story is going to progress and how it's going to, like, you know, tell the story and how long the story is going to be. That is what I want to know. I want to know how long this story is going to be. Has Bungie found a happy medium where we can have a lengthy story, but a game that also, you know, focuses a little bit more on Crucible and PvP?
Mm-hmm.
But have we also, you know, hit it where Bungie has found a happy medium between, you know, we're going to work and, you know, fix these weapons only in PvP matches, but leave them alone for PvE.
Yeah.
You know, that was a problem that we always had, is they would always tweak weapons and it would make them weaker in PvP or PvE, but, you know, they sometimes would be overkill in PvP, or, you know, vice versa. So, you know, hopefully things will continue. You know, hopefully they have found a happy medium, or at least they're getting there. All right, guys. Well, let's talk about the armor. Some of you have been able to get decent armor, or some of the armor changes in the game as loots and stuff for awards and whatnot from playing. Now, I've noticed, and I'm sure some of you others have noticed as well, but the way the armor looks like it's working now is that each armor will dictate on whether or not a character will have faster mobility, faster recovery, and what was that third item?
Resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, you know, we have 3 categories going within the armor now, and we have to strategically place armor and decide on how we want our character to work. Now, we all know resilience is going to be, you know, how durable our armor is going to be against ammo and supers and stuff like that, how much damage it can take. You know, mobility is going to be our agility and how fast we're going to run. Now, the recovery, that is where I want to focus on. Now, is recovery going to mean recovery as in health recovery or health regeneration? or is it also gonna be a wider spectrum of as in recovery, as in the speeding up of grenades and super abilities and health as well? Those are the questions that I would like to find out and get the answers to. But Shorty, what is your opinion? What do you think your opinion about the recovery section of the armor?
Well, when I looked at the whole recovery thing, the thing that I thought it was going to be like pretty much just your shield and your health. I was thinking from, like I said, from looking at Crucible and playing the strikes. I was thinking that maybe the little mod sections would have more to do with recovery of like your nades and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where the armor itself pretty much just focus on how much damage you can take, how quick you recover, how fast you can move.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that is a respectable answer. Fate, what about you? What do you think? How do you think the armor is going to affect our characters?
Well, the armor, from what I've been reading, is that resilience, movement, and recovery, they're going to affect how quickly you recover health, how quick you move, and how much damage you can actually make before you die. Whether or not that affects your super, Destiny and Bungie have basically said they're trying to move away from the old setup, more so than, keep it the way it used to be. Whether or not it will still affect, your supers, your grenades, and your melee kills, I don't know. But from what I'm hearing, I don't think it will. But I could be wrong. Bungie did say this is a beta of an earlier rendition of the game, so we have no clue what it looks like now. So it'll definitely be something we can look forward to come September 6th. Otherwise, they didn't really give away much. The interesting thing about the loadout screen, I think a lot of you saw, though, was that missing locked icon in the bottom right corner where our artifacts usually go, and it basically said clan banner. And there's a bit of a debate on what we think that's actually going to be. So I'm not sure if you guys have any thoughts on that yourselves. But basically you have to visit a certain person and you will get access to it.
Maybe it might be like the little, like, cause okay, so when they was revealing the whole thing about clan raids, y'all notice how each different clan had their own little symbol and whatnot on it, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at the Hunter's Cape and whatnot. Maybe the banner, like the clan banner, would be like your symbol, like the symbol will appear like on your class item.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking when I first saw that, because it's like, or either we get to carry around a freaking stick with the clan banner with the clan banner on it, like, hey, bam, I'm part of loot. What's up?
Well, yeah, that's the question. Do we get to make our own clan banners that then get transferred into Destiny 2, or is it more of a ranking system where we're actually competing with the other clans, and if we are in the top 10 clans, we get X color or X representation for our clan? And it could be that as well.
Or do we get a generic? Do we get a generic banner that we get to use for a while, and we get to show ourselves out there every time we're playing as a group? And I think your banner only can be active, when you have a full team of your clan, not a mixed group, and your banner can be active. But who knows? Maybe they will also include competitions within clans, and when you're playing PvP, who knows? Maybe they'll add a point system and a reward system for certain type of banners that you can achieve as while playing as a full clan, and not a mix of randoms.
I think we can all kind of agree that clans are going to play a very big part of it, and pitting one clan against the other is a likely end game for Destiny. I mean, we play on Destiny Clan Wars for Destiny 1, where we compete against other clans, but that's separately hosted, separate from Bungie. So maybe Bungie thought, well, it's time to take this idea and make it a reality in our own game.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. Anybody out there in the world and the chat and whatever, whoever is out there watching us right now, please feel free to pop a comment, pop questions in there. Let us know like what your opinions are. We're open for discussion. So I mean, please just feel free to say something if you want.
I think your chat feature froze because Twitch is going off.
Yeah.
I will check. I will actually restart. It's not often that it freezes, so.
Yeah, because Space Heater and Theron are arguing about heavy ammo right now.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Try and reconnect.
Awesome, regardless. So I guess, but should swords be in the heavy, being the heavy weapon slot?
Yes, they should, if they're putting every other weapon in there.
I mean, I guess it would be nice to see dagger knives, and not just for the hunter, but for everybody. Right. And like to see that in the secondary or elemental slot. But I mean, I don't really see them doing that. But
I see them piling them in with power weapons.
Yeah, probably. I got a question for y'all.
Go ahead.
So, I know this. I think this is going back to subjects now, but with how these new new subclasses looks, with the armors and whatnot.
Mhm.
With what I noticed with the Crucible armor for the Hunter, and with the Arc Strider and the Arc Strider, subclass, I noticed that it's more like a Kung Fu ninja look and feel to it.
Mhm.
And so, my thing is this: if they come out with a Captain America armor set, looking armor set, trust me, I would literally hop on a Titan just for that. But seriously, what do y'all believe? What do y'all think the possibilities of actually getting some kind of more culture driven armor sets in this game?
I think that we're going to see a lot of armor sets. And keep in mind that, unlike previous Destiny 1, we're going to have mods to the armor that we can put in, whether it gives us elemental protection, elemental damage, color scheme, shader. And if you notice, if you ever opened up one of the weapon slots, there were 2 rows worth of mod slots. So maybe you can buff it up to max, where it has Void,
Solar, and
Null,
Arc.
and Solar, all put into one. Yes.
Yeah. So, how many mods do y'all think y'all will be able to use at a time though? Because it seemed like it's just one mod per slot.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, but I think there were at least 12 slots. I don't have it with me, but there were quite a few, and I'm not sure what that means in the future. Whether it'll be we ascend the weapon.
Yeah, now keep in mind, they're still allowing us to have that functionality of fusing another weapon into our current weapon, so that way we can upgrade the damage to it. Now, it is not known whether or not if we fuse another weapon, will it increase and modify the weapon itself? As in, let's say you have a not a hand cannon, but let's use a hand cannon for example. You have a hand cannon that has decent firing rate, has really good impact, but you want faster firing rate. and you want better stability, and you have let's say you have a auto rifle that has faster firing rate, of course, and it has better stability than your hand cannon. Now, nobody knows for sure whether or not if we fuse it, if they're going to actually start, combining abilities, meaning, when you fuse an auto rifle to a hand cannon, it may increase the firing rate just a smidge, as well as increasing stability or reload speed, depending on which one's greater. And then it can also have the reverse effect that if, let's say the impact is very small on the hand cannon or the auto rifle, that it will reduce and sacrifice a little bit of the impact just to increase those auto modifications. We don't know. Those slots that we see may, just be a temporary thing until they decide on what, each category has a need for a certain amount of modifications. We don't know if we will have the ability to modify a weapon to add elemental abilities to it, but if we do, I think it's only going to affect those secondary weapons. We wouldn't be able to take a kinetic weapon and add a modification to make it a solar weapon, because that would take that weapon and put it in the secondary ability. We won't be able to have that. But I do see that I do see the possibility of having multiple shaders added and just be able to have it, switch up in a heartbeat.
All my guns will be pink.
I'm sure they will be. So we have no idea. I mean, it's going to be one of those things that we'll have to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the modification is going to be. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to allow the fusion to work. But my best guess is they're going to keep the fusion system the exact same way as D1, where you can add it to increase your weapon's level and power, but it's not going to actually affect the weapons. Therian is saying it looks in order to stop people using shotguns and snipers on PvP, they have redesigned the gun's loadout.
That's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so many people complained about snipers and shotties and everything else that they're like, okay, we're gonna make you choose, and you're not gonna be able to dominate with just those. That's why they're power weapons.
And that's why they're power weapons.
They want to focus on primary weapon kills, and they got annoyed because special ammo and heavies were the two main ways outside your super where you would get to kill somebody. So that's why you have your auto rifles, your scout rifles, your submachine guns, your pulse rifles. There are two others.
Hand cannons and your
Guyver.
But basically, those are the 6 weapons you'll be able to use in your first 2 slots. One with kinetic damage, one with elemental damage.
I think I lost Shorty. He's
back,
frozen. He's frozen.
I had a call.
He should stay that way.
God damn. Ah.
That's all right. It's, like you said, Space Eater is saying it's easier to obtain heavy in Crucible. I mean, yes, I would say that. There we go. Shorty's back. Yay, Shorty. I mean, it is easier to get heavy in Crucible now, but again, we've already touched it that it's only allotted to one person at a time. So a maximum of 2 people on one team, if one side gets it, we'll be able to have the power ammo. So it's not going to be allowed to have a full team ammo share like it was before. So that makes it more challenging. It makes it more diverse. But it also works in a way that when you're actually playing as a team in Crucible and competitive, you guys can strategically decide on who needs to get it, who's better at what, and what weapon is being used. So it makes you think a little bit more. It makes you think more than, hey, let's all bum rush to the damn heavy spot and try and get heavy and do this. Or, we're all going to crowd here and then take everyone out with, a super and stuff like that. So they're kind of they're working on making it more of a balanced fight than here's all the heavy you need, destroy.
Heavy trap.
Yeah.
I would say this. Weapon wise, I kind of feel like they need to do something about the submachine guns. Now.
In what manner?
I mean, I don't know. It's like in Crucible, just the submachine gun seems like a. It seems like a weapon class that just won't get used that often.
Well,
You know.
There are some benefits. I found the submachine gun is crappy at long range, but
Yes.
great in the short range situation.
yeah, but the way I look at it is submachine guns aren't really designed for PvP use. Their stability sucks unless one comes out with good stability.
Although
Range,
that exotic, Xylo Supercell.
That exotic one.
yeah, but that's
nice. I
something
like it.
that's something we'll probably never see again. So.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I think the submachine guns are more primarily going to be used for PvE use. It's not a top tier weapon that I would consider for PvP. So I wouldn't even worry about that. That is why, like, if you're going to do PvP matches, you need to think about what weapons you're going to use. Stay away from the ones that are not going to be useful to you. But it's also trial and error. You've got to be able to practice with some of them and see if you can get, used to some of them or not. And I'm pretty sure that we're all going to have a quest or a bounty or something in the future where we have to use a submachine gun to, go for an exotic or something. Who knows? But again, primarily if you're doing PvP, submachine guns are not going to be your top tier weapon for that choice. So I would not worry about submachine guns too much. Let's see. Therian says, lovely Destiny community will find the one hand cannon that will double shot kill you. Or pulse rifle that will triple tap you, and we'll all have the same loadout. And then unless the underpower and all primaries, making strikes and raids impossible. Well, I see that already happening too. Actually, to be honest, I see that having a fusion rifle. They actually put fusion rifles under power weapons. So
They actually deserve to be. Those things are actually good.
yeah, the fusion rifles are actually decent. It's just they're not a long range weapon. If you shoot it for long range, you're only going to make enough damage to take down a shield, but it's not enough to kill unless you're mid range or close range with a fusion rifle. Pulse rifles, I've noticed that primarily coming out of the gate, unless they change this, as of right now, I've noticed that scout rifles and pulse rifles, as long as you're holding the trigger down, you've got auto rifle. You've got a full auto going on. It's just going to be a slow shot. So scout rifles are going to be tot 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 tot. Where you've got for the pulse rifles. So depending on how they do that.
And then you have your sidearms, which were pretty much non-existent, and I didn't really like any of them based on the beta. So I'm kind of hoping they do something with those. That was the weapon we forgot. Auto rifles were on point.
Yeah, I mean, the main primary weapons that we're familiar with, most of them have, if they're kinetic, they're going to be our primary weapon. If they're going to be elemental, they're going to be in our secondary weapon. So we already experienced enough of that as is. So yeah, we're going to see that. We're going to, be familiar with those weapons, and those are going to be the most tweaked weapons, and most, useful and sought after weapons for primary. The sidearm is something that was later introduced in D1 midway. Some people really enjoyed them because some of them were very OP, especially because of how fast you were able to shoot them. But at the same time, the stability on those are not all that great either. So, it's really difficult to figure out a balanced maneuver for the sidearms. Yes, fusion rifles are back, and they are even better than they were before. And I hated fusion rifles. I absolutely hated them in D1.
Hey, the World Fusion Rifle to me is not that great.
Well, you have two. You have the linear fusion rifle, and you have the regular fusion rifle, which...
The linear fusion rifle, I don't know, it's nice, it's cool, but from my experience, it wasn't really, it wasn't one of those kind of fusion rifles that was like a literal, like, one-shot kill, So, I guess in the right hand, headshot, yeah, you're gonna down him in a heartbeat. But mine's not so much.
Now we're on Crucible Radio. They used to. Yep. But we'll see what happens with the weapons when they come out. I mean, my two favorites were scout rifles and auto rifles out of all of them. And I had a lot of fun with the rocket launcher. I know you only get one rocket in Crucible, but it was a lot of fun. And I just kept getting the heavy, so it was rocket.
I would say that my favorite weapons so far are the auto rifles and the hand cannons. I mean, I'm getting back into the love of using hand cannons. I was actually annihilating people with the hand cannons. You know, besides the times you get a little greedy and try and go after that kill instead of walking away, hey, who doesn't do that sometimes? Right? The main ingredient, fusion rifle, seems to be the best. I mean, hey, I'm just...
It was a good fusion rifle, I won't deny it.
I just used whatever I had, and I did pretty well with it. So, whenever I was able to get that power ammo. Shorty, what were your choice of weapons? What did you like the most?
For me, I guess it had to be the pulse rifle and auto rifle. I like the scout rifles, but I kind of feel like in Destiny 2, the whole automatic shot. On certain scout rifles, it just feel like you're just gonna be missing a lot more shots if you ain't careful. And like with the what was the scout rifle? The Black Scorpion.
Mm-hmm. Awesome scout rifle, full auto.
Freaking badass. But it took me some tweaking to get it where I could pretty much full auto, get 3 and get several shots in without it going all the way left or all the way right.
That's true.
But, hey, yeah.
Theron wants to know, Short Dog, where do you hide your microphone?
Huh?
He wants to know where you hide your microphone.
My microphone.
It's in one of his weaves. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about it. It's just right there.
There you're awesome, bro.
Okay.
Pulse rifle was the way to go in Crucible. That's what you used. Yeah, I mean, it was a good weapon. Yeah. It was a good weapon.
Yeah.
All right, so
I guess we have the strike to talk about now.
The what?
For a little bit. The strike.
The strike. The inverted spire. Yeah, that was it was actually quite impressive. I would have to say the strike itself was designed very beautifully. Like the graphics, the way they managed to make it was great. I love the way that it wasn't. I mean, there wasn't really any puzzles or anything to solve, which is fine, and that's great. But I mean, it gave you an in-depth feel of what we're going to kind of experience with an open world platform. We also had the ability to just get the feel of what PvP or PvE is going to be like. So we got a taste of a little bit of the story, plus what PvE is going to be like when it comes to how the characters fight and play, how the AI system works. And what I mean by that, here's what I find interesting. What was interesting is in that section of the game where you have to go destroy the 2 command centers of the drill, and they have all those cabals in there, or hamsters, or guinea pigs, or whatever you want to call them. I was playing with this team, and I was in one section. I was in the complete second tower trying to take out these cabals, and while I'm there, an entire group from the other side, like 4 more cabals, came over into where we were. So the AI system was like, fuck this, I'm not waiting until they come over here to take us out. We're going to go over there and try and take them out. So the AI system is actually thinking on its own in the sense of what goes on in the gameplay. Like if there's enough Guardians built up in one spot, they're going to try and crowd the Guardians.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that. You know, you can sit there and run away, and what are they going to do? They're going to chase you. They're going to actually try and chase you for a good distance. And it's, I think it's definitely, it adds a new edge to the game. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what this game brings.
And I'm sure a lot of us here in Loot and other places, we explored Nessus, and I found the secret Minotaur bosses. I'm not sure about you guys. I jumped around from portal to portal, found both of them, and then tried to climb the waterfall.
I have not had the experience to explore a full open world yet.
For those of you who haven't yet, keep in mind we have 2 secret bosses in there that you can basically destroy. They are Vex. You just need to take the time to go and find them.
So let me ask y'all this. So what is your opinion on the new Fallen though?
They look like they've been chemically engineered. Like they fell in a vat of green goop and then turned purple.
So pretty much they've been Jokerized then?
Pretty much. Something happened to them. I don't know what. I mean, I stole one of their pikes and, started ripping on other enemies.
I'm like looking for. I found like.
But yeah, what I actually was,
the key ring.
I remember first doing that strike. I was doing with Tony and Ignite, right? And I saw it.
Ignite stole my spot.
Hey, I mean, y'all kind of went ahead without me, so what can I do? But yeah, like when I first saw the Fallen, I was like, holy crap, it's the Fallen. Ran up there, oh yeah, I'm just gonna kick some Fallen ass. Next thing you know, I see a freaking Spider-Man Fallen freaking going on invisible and whatnot, then attacking me out of the blue. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, those were painful.
Eyes, okay, all right. I see what you're doing.
Those were painful.
Like heck, when me and Tony Ignite was on Explorer, we fought some Cabal, we fought some Fallen, some Vex, and we actually killed the Servitor.
We killed a lot of good people.
That was pretty fun.
It'll be interesting with the open world going in and out of the strike without actually going to a loading screen to load the strike.
Yes.
You can kind of just fall on it out of the blue.
Well, sure. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, while you right there, if you want to do the strike, you could just freaking, start up the strike, like, go to the strike, hit start, and it was just, like, pretty much like, okay, new objective come up, go kill this boss, like, like just like a, what do you call those things? Patrol. That would be nice. That would be actually nice.
Wait, what is that? I spaced out for a second.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm a space eater.
Yeah, no. No, I mean, well, one thing, just remember, the patrol is completely out of this game. There is no more patrol. Technically, the open world that we will explore is patrol. There is no specific classification for patrol. Once you're on the planet and you're in open world platform, you are patrolling. That is what patrol is going to be. So that's kind of it. What else can you talk about the Inverted Spire?
Did anyone find a lack of ammo?
The lack of ammo.
The generation coming from the enemies, yes. But
although I glitched into ammo quite a few times, so that's something that's going to go away very soon.
But they still do the 45 seconds of running out of ammo though. So like if you're completely out, wait 45 seconds and you're fine. In other words, what they're trying to do is say, learn to hit your targets, learn to aim your damn gun. That's what they're saying. Hopefully you're not trying. I think one of the things that they're actually trying to help reduce and eliminate And I don't know if this is going to carry over. Maybe they'll fix it. Maybe they won't. But I think what Bungie's really trying to do is they're trying to make sure that this game stays as a cooperative game, and limit it and minimize as many opportunities as it possibly could be to solo events. And it's not because they don't want people to solo things. They're just going to make it more challenging for those that want to try, which is fine. If you're going to be one of those individuals that wants to try and solo this, games and events, great, have at it. But be aware that it's going to be harder for you. Like the ammo drops, if you have to, fight in certain areas, like the, not the respawn restricted areas, especially with the new enemies. What are they called? The gladiators.
Yeah.
Those guys take some heavy amount of weapon power and ammo to kill. So trying to, get past them and soloing them and killing the hellhounds, that's what I call them, hellhounds.
Your incinerators too, which blast a ton of fire at you.
Right. You're not going to be able to be conservative on your ammo.
I will say this, I actually did solo the strike. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all.
Well,
it was fucking bullshit. I got it done. It just, especially at the last part where the nigga go all freaking, you gonna get on his little caffeine high. Yeah, that wasn't that easy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that Bungie's trying to restrict that because they want to keep this game a community-based system. They don't want too many people going out there completely soloing these things. Now, like I said, if you want to solo it, go ahead. It's going to be more challenging. If you get to complete it, fine, that's great. I'm not going to be, mad or disappointed. Actually, I'll cheer you on if you can solo the whole thing, solo a whole event without, losing, worrying about ammo too much. But good luck with all that. And that's all I got to say. I think that's what they're trying to do.
We're on podcast right now. Yep.
So, now.
So we talked about the strike. We've talked about Crystal and weapons.
But we have not talked about competitive.
We haven't talked about Countdown.
We have not talked about the rugs. The damn rugs, which are really nice. I wonder if I can buy a set and bring it home.
Rugs in market.
Right.
I always personally like setting the trap in rugs. Just better. But
Well, you got to do what you got to do. But, I just want to go to the market and buy a sandwich. That's all I ever want to do. I just want to go get a damn sandwich.
But I don't know. Should I tease the poll and how it's going for loot?
That's up to you.
Well, all I'm gonna say is that the voting is still going on, guys. It's tight. For a while, we had 4 fourth place people.
Four places?
Yep, 4 first place people.
Oh, 4
now
first
there's
places.
one person in front with 2 people tied, and then pretty much everybody else tied.
Okay.
So you guys like your people. Make sure if you haven't yet.
So it's in other words, it's like 3 votes for one person, 2 for 2 people, and then 1 for the rest of us.
Right now we have 64 individuals.
What happened? Y'all froze on me for a second.
All right, I'm hearing an echo from someone.
Hello? Yeah, froze
I'm
for a
here.
second.
I'm here. It might have been his phone.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all can hear me? Can
Yeah.
y'all hear a nigga?
Yeah, but we hear ourselves.
Yeah, it's like an echo, ain't it?
Yeah, give us a call back.
Huh?
Call us back.
Okay. Oh, so you can meet. All right, nigga. I got you. I got her. Shit. Yeah, this me. Everything is moving like a straight line.
Bump him.
Right. God damn it. Why is this happening?
No, it never
Technical difficulties
never
with
fails
Short
with
Dog.
Short Dog, yes.
Now.
Oh,
Yeah, is it working now?
Yeah, but we don't see your lovely face.
not yet.
Give it a second. Give it a second.
There we
Black
go.
man.
All right, he has returned. Fantastic. All right, so competitiveness. First off, we'll answer your question real quick, Therian. What about the raid? Yes, it will be 6 Guardians allowed for the raid. That is something they have not changed. But everything else, Crucible-wise, it is 4 versus 4.
Even visiting the farm, it's only 4 people.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of odd. I think that's a little...
It made me wonder if the raid was even going to be 6 people, but it is going to be.
Yeah, but I think honestly, I wish it would. I wish you can have a larger party for the farm. That's something I hope. Maybe they'll change that. Who knows? But
I hope.
But yeah, I mean,
PvP soccer.
yeah, it would. But like Crucible competitive matches are going to be 4 versus 4. Right now, as soon as the game launches, there will not be private matches, but rumor has it, and it's a very strong rumor that it will be back. I mean, everybody loved it, so there would be no reason why it should not come back, and that may allow us to go more than 4 versus 4. In PvP matches for our own private matches. But, you know, server-wise for everything else, it's 4 versus 4 for competitive and Crucible. 3 Guardians still for every other event, and 6 people for the raid. So that's what we have going on so far.
They may change Crucible later on, because remember, guys, this server build that Destiny and Bungie have put together, it's part dedicated server, part peer-to-peer. What's with the weird smiles? So if they find that, the server works, they might want to do lobbies again with 6v6 Crucible matches, which I'm kind of hoping, because I'm going to miss playing with 6 people.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason why I don't miss 6 versus 6 is anytime I play it, I had to wait forever for people to jump on, and I mean, if I can get 2 more people online, much better, and it's a lot quicker to do server time and server waiting just to get 1 more person in my game. I mean, that's just my opinion. I understand where Bungie's going with it, but they are trying to bring a better competitive feel, rather than a throwout of like, hey, we're gonna have like this massive group of people. So, but again, I mean, let's just remember they're trying to cut down server time and server waiting for people, for new players.
Exactly. So is there any topic the viewers want to talk about with the Destiny 2 beta? Anything you guys liked as opposed to did not like about the beta? Therian said 6v6 was great fun and a crucial part of the game. It was. I loved being in a party with 6 people and just shooting everything.
Especially when you got to do the drunken raids or drunken PvP.
Well, the interesting thing is if we do drunken Crucible, which is very possible, we can have 2 teams in 1 party.
Hey, we're doing drunken broadcast right now, so yay!
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, hopefully when private matches come back, we'll be able to have that functionality. Who knows? Maybe they will kind of throw in a few Crucible matches where you can actually have a 6 versus 6 and not the 4 versus 4. So maybe when they throw in stuff, throw in new Crucible matches and stuff, maybe they'll add that.
Perhaps. Space Peter said, I noticed you can't see your friends list at the farm. Short Dog actually solved this problem for me today.
Yeah, all thing you gotta do is actually hold down on the touchpad on your PlayStation controller, and pretty much it would be like it would actually bring up your the map and your roster.
Well, that's good to know. What about vault space? Is it increased? Yes. We do not know. We have not accessed. We discovered
where the vaults were in the farm though today.
Yeah.
They look very different.
Yeah. We just don't know. We have not accessed any vault spaces yet, so we don't know what our limitations are going to be or what we're going to get.
We hope they increase it.
Or at least for now, start off with what they gave us at the end of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
So, Shorty, what you were about to say something before I accidentally rudely cut you off?
Okay. With the weapon brands that we've been seeing in the beta, and I understand it is a beta, so take it as that. What brand do you think y'all will see more? Y'all gonna see more in Destiny 2 than y'all seen in Destiny 1?
Probably Hokage.
The what?
The Hokage.
No, it's Hake, nigga, Hake.
Whatever you want to call it.
Hey.
Whatever you want to call it.
Maybe some of the test weapon brands that we had from the gunsmith in D1.
Like Suros and stuff?
Cause that's why I noticed it's like majority of the weapons we've been able to get was Hake and the Hake rocket launcher, the Amalan, and majority of everything else is Amalan. But like I don't know, was the Black Scorpion a Hake weapon or what?
I don't think it was either, from what I remember. Let's check.
It's its independent owned company.
Yeah.
It's that third party weapon.
Third party weapon.
Yeah, the third party weapon. Well, let's go back to competitive. We didn't really talk much about the competitive mode. And I know I'm backtracking on this, but we were on that topic a moment ago. Now, Therian, I understand you haven't played the game yet or haven't played yet. If you get a chance, you can go ahead and download it. The open beta is still open. Bungie has announced that they're still keeping it open until Tuesday. So you have a little bit of time if you can get on and try it out. Competitive mode, I mean, it's 4 versus 4, which is great. I mean, it brings more competitiveness to it. Now, in this one, you have your options of either eliminating your team before they can activate the bomb. You either have to defuse the bomb, or you have to make sure that your bomb goes off, depending on what side you're actually going right now. It is very similar to Trials of Osiris. The way that it goes is the first team to 6 wins. This is probably going to be the Trial of 9 format of what we're going to be dealing with.
Fingers crossed.
So
it's going to be, this is going to be one of the things that we're going to be dealing with. Now, you're on vacation back in. Oh wow, okay. Oh, no beta for you. Well, hey, if you play on PC, you'll be back in time for the PC version. Okay.
It's really not.
Really not what?
Oh, Spacey just said it's not as bad as it sounds. It's really not.
No. 4 versus 4 is actually a lot of fun. I actually kind of enjoy that. Some people just miss the 6 versus 6 because you actually got to have more people in it. It kind of brought a little bit more of a
you
community.
You can play with more of your friends.
Yeah, but at the same time,
people out.
Well, not you don't want to single people out. Oh, I'm such a wussification. Oh, sorry.
I love you, Shorty.
Yeah, see, no, no, but people people just kind of like the 6 versus 6 because it's just the original format.
PC beta will be in August for those of you who are going to be trying it out on PC, and the release will be a month later, also in October. It won't be releasing with PS4 and Xbox because they are working with
Bungie's
Blizzard.
secret way of getting you to buy more.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're working with Blizzard. PC version will be on Blizzard servers, which means that the whole idea of this is that they're going to get to use that sweet server setup that Blizzard just made for World of Warcraft and the rest of them.
I am so looking forward to it.
Very smart move, and I'm sure Blizzard will have their say or input on how to make transform Destiny into a strong PC title competitively.
Absolutely.
So they work with Blizzard, though.
Yeah, I mean, where have you been, dude? They announced that on the last stream. They were like, yo, guys, check it out. We got this right here. Here's our special guest, and this the CEO from
Fate
Battle.net.
Charge on PC right here.
Yep, shit, right here. I will go ahead. I will go ahead and claim my title that when PC comes out, I will be the admin for that channel. I may suck at it, but I will be the admin. I will play that. That's where I'm going to be.
Loot extends to Xbox and PC, guys. That actually is something we will be discussing.
Yo, I got a question. How many people do we have in the clan that's actually on Xbox as well?
Well, it's not just the clan. I've had a lot of people approach me, ask me if Loot had an Xbox clan. So we have people who aren't in the clan yet who would like to basically be under our wing because,
Yeah, because like I said, I got an Xbox myself, and the homie is getting Destiny 2 for the Xbox as well. So yeah, I mean, heck, if anybody needs something on the Xbox, I don't mind helping y'all out.
I'm just waiting till we get a little closer to the Destiny 2 beta because the questions, some of the concerns about clans in Destiny 2 and what Bungie has said has many of us concerned. A lot of the large clans are going to run into problems because the group pages will no longer be a thing. They're getting rid of them. So that doesn't tell us if people who are part of the group but not part of the clan can't be on the page, so on and so forth. People might be muted. So we'll see come Tuesday what the deal is. Hopefully they'll have some more information for us. But
what I'm going to think will happen is the whole clan situation. This is a new environment for Bungie to take on and put underneath their system. I'm going to say that what they're going to end up doing is it's going to continue being like a beta phase for them. They only limit us to have a certain amount of people under one clan title before we have to make another one to add more. Now, whether or not Bungie will allow down the road to link those accounts, even though they're going to be separate pages, but allow the list to link together in the game system, will be one thing. Now that's
they have confirmed that there will be no more alliance feature on Bungie with the clans. So that's why clans like Vision, clans like Dads of Destiny, and the rest of them who do that will run into some problems.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully if that's the case, then hopefully what they'll do is they're going to actually increase the amount of players that can be under a clan affiliation. Now, whether or not this may be a section, and I'm going to call this out right now. I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm going to call that Bungie will probably start charging for more space for players. So if you're
That's
going
very
to
possible.
Increase the amount of players in your group or clan, you're going to have to pay for a player-based system of having more room for clans. So they'll probably give us a allotted amount of 150 players, maybe 200 max. Or right now it's 100. Right now it's 100.
That's it.
Right now it's 100. So if we end up getting 150 or more, they could charge us, $10, a month for 50 extra 50 clan member tags or something like that.
What?
I can see it happening. I mean,
yeah. Now that you say it, I can actually see them doing that.
Because they've got to be able to make more money to keep the systems running, especially if they expect a expansion of players coming to Destiny 2 once everything launches.
Well, I take it the leaders of the clan will have to pay for that.
Well, somebody's gonna have to.
No, what we're probably gonna do is we will appoint an admin to run the separate pages, and it'll be separate but apart from the original loot page, some variation of the clan tag.
So
of course we won't be able.
So there will be technically, when you look at it, we have loot as an open group, but we're primarily PS4. Then we would have someone be admin for a PC, and that'll be our affiliation. And then so they would have 100 clan tags for PC players only, but then we would also need someone to associate for Xbox. So we would have an affiliation of loot, members of loot, players and clan members, but for each platform separated. And unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to, do much more than link them all on Facebook, but we wouldn't be able to link them together vicariously through Bungie. There would not be an alliance of Xbox and PlayStation like it used to be. It'll be Xbox only, PlayStation only, or BattleNet only.
Exactly.
Damn it.
So we will toy with these and come back to everyone and let them know. But I will say there were a lot of Xbox players that wanted to play with us.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. If we have members in the clan now that are Xbox users and plan on playing Destiny, an equal amount of time on Xbox as well as PlayStation, or they plan on using Xbox as their primary place to play, then we will consider putting somebody as an admin for a Xbox affiliated group. But of course, that does not mean that Tony and Fate would not still have oversight. So
we are your overlords.
Yes.
Wait. Overlords, hold up. Now, when I signed up for this, we was all equal partners. Overlords, no, I would say
Therian, no sir. Cross-platform is not happening.
Queen.
Nope. As far as we know, no cross-platform.
Yeah, you get to be the Joker, Darren.
You know what? Fuck you.
You get to be the jester.
You are a jester, but it works out.
I love making people laugh, so.
Okay, so one thing that we can go ahead and talk about, we can go ahead and talk a little bit about the future of what we see, how Destiny 2 is going to go. My biggest topic, and I've been preaching this from day one, and we can clearly see from this beta that it is clearly going to lead that Destiny 2 will probably within the next 6 months to a year will clearly fall into an MLG and E-League platform.
Yes.
Now, I mean, yes, people will automatically go ahead and start probably designing MLG platforms once Bungie announces private matches. So as soon as Bungie releases private matches availability on the server and for players, I can guarantee within 6 months to a year that there will be an E-League out there ready for Bungie, ready for Destiny 2, and we can start seeing pro gamers going ahead and jumping on and playing for those Crucible matches. So what does that mean for us? Well, that means that eventually, every so often, we may jump into a Crucible match and get our ass handed to us like nothing other, no other than, anything we've ever experienced, because, we could be playing pro players. That also means that if you're good enough and you can take out pro players like nothing else either, it is very likely you could also be getting a message from somebody saying, hey, you want to join our team? But I see stuff like that happening. I see that happening very, very carefully and very soon, especially because of the gun low out.
A lot of the pro play though will be on PC.
Well, yes, absolutely. A lot of programming will be on PC. But again, I can also I probably will say, and Short Dog can vouch for me on this one as well. E-games and E-leagues have hit Street Fighter V. And Street Fighter V is on PC and PlayStation 4, but Street Fighter V E-League competitions are only on the PS4. They have not incorporated PC at all when it comes to these games. And the reason why, is mainly because that the platform base for the PS4 has a larger amount of people playing on it versus PC. So saying that Destiny 2, E-League would go on PC or be seen mostly on PC, that is a very likely possibility, but I see that not happening as strong as some others because of the fact that there are so many players out there on PS4. And
it might be a situation where it may be two different leagues, the PC and the PS4, maybe.
Now, Therian is afraid that Pro League is going to is the lack of new content and focus on PvP with new content droughts, and he hopes that's not the case. To
It's
be
already
honest,
the argument.
it is a good argument, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I'm hoping that Bungie has certainly learned from last time, from the last 3 years, that when they drop out a DLC, that they make it a lengthier process, add more story to it, add more content for us to want to keep playing the story modes. I mean, there is, I would probably say there's about close to 35-40% of the players out there on Destiny 2 right now focus mainly on PvP. And the rest of us do focus on PvE. Now, that is a, that's just random numbers coming out of my ass, but that's what I'm thinking. But when there is content drought, what do most of us end up doing? Most of us end up going to Crucible because it's the only way we can find some sort of form of entertainment besides constantly playing the same stuff over and over again. Or raids. Yeah. But then we make a drunken raid, so then we just have fun on our own. So,
I'm not sure how many of you actually read the article. Activision's CEO basically wrote that Destiny 1 was a failure, and they recognized that content droughts were a problem and what they're doing to change that, and they pretty much put the blame on Bungie. But they have said that the idea to thwart the idea of a drought is that it'll come up with a new strike or a new Crucible map every now and then, and they'll just keep adding content. Whether or not that's actually story content in the future, we don't know, but Activision was very vocal about their feelings on Bungie and what they need to do in order to turn the situation around and make sure that there isn't a time when, we'll be without content.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a failure. I mean, that's kind of being harsh.
He was extremely harsh on.
But I will say that, they could have had more shit. But I mean, like when it came out of droughts, like for me, mainly even with just later, like the last expansion for Destiny 1. If y'all notice, I haven't really been doing raids or nothing, but I do be hopping on Destiny a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hopping on there, doing some strikes, listening to music, and kicking ass while I'm walking out to wherever the hell I'm listening to. That's all I've been doing.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, if anything, I kind of feel like, 'cause I know a lot of people say this is my internet problem, but the whole thing of me getting kicked, because apparently I'm not the only one that's getting kicked out of shit like that, freaking try to go to social spaces and go into Crucible. Apparently I'm not the only one that's constantly getting kicked out. I mean, I don't know. I tried everything I could, try to fix it. I actually had the folks come over here. I actually had to pay $40-something because they couldn't find nothing wrong with it. I hate Mediacom. I really do. But still, I don't know. Maybe just work on making the game more enjoyable. Activision, get off Bungie's dick or ass and stop being assholes.
Well, I think the reason we're seeing Destiny 2 come out on time is because there was a clause in their contract that basically said if you did not deliver, we are taking X percentage of your company. Yeah, well,
like I said, that right there was necessary ads on this. That article was unnecessary ads on this.
You didn't. Space Eater says he didn't see any lag in the Crucible. And a lot of us didn't experience a lot of lag in Crucible. Some of us may have here and there. Again, that depends on how you're connected and where your other players are connected. I think what's going on with that, before I kind of put my 2 cents in about this Activision stuff, Crucible is now going to be more of a connection-based system, especially in the competitive series as well. What that means is, like, if you're within a certain mileage or within a certain region of the United States, you will be playing only with those those range of people within that mileage. So it's going to be more of a way of, in the competitive mode, they will be selecting people within a certain proximity, so you have the best connectivity and connection in Crucible. So there's less complaining of red bars, unless individuals have shitty ass internet. But that's what they're trying to, weed out in that situation. Crucible itself, I think it's going to be touch and go, but very most likely it's going to be, unless you are in a group together and playing with individuals from all over the world, you're most likely going to be end up playing with people closer and more local to you than you were before. So that's going to help eliminate a lot of those lag issues that we dealt with. My thoughts though about this whole Activision thing. I have not read the article, but I will say I disagree with Activision and the idea of saying that Bungie is or that Destiny 1 was a failure. I mean, Destiny 1, Destiny in general, you have to say it's been a success. No matter what you say about it, that game, Destiny, has become one of the largest played games in the United States, around the world, in fact. To have so many players and so many people on that game, playing that game from day one. There are people have, been on that game since day one, and they constantly love it. Was there droughts of content? Yes, absolutely. Who do we have to blame for that? Well, we kind of have Bungie and Activision to blame for that, because they ended up firing the original writers, the original main story writers. I mean, the question is we always, most of us still want to know what happened to the Stranger. Were we ever going to work with the Stranger? Were we ever going to team up with the Stranger? What the hell happened with the Stranger? We don't know. We will never know.
Just gone.
Yeah, she's just gone. Poof, and that's it. We will never know. And that's because they got rid of them. And then, to sit there and say that, it's Bungie's fault for lack of content. Well, you know what? Should have paid attention to your story writers better. You should have, given the original story writers and kept them on board. Oh. And at least, had the main team stay. I don't know what reason you got rid of them, besides the fact, didn't want to pay their money, or, we didn't like their content, or, someone badmouthed the CEO. Well, you know what? CEO needs to stop being such a wussification and, deal with it, and let's continue with, the great game. But look at Destiny as Destiny being a beta. Now we're in Charlie phase. Now we're progressing. We're trying to make the game better. This is a game that's supposed to and I see it getting better and better and better every launch for the next 5 years. So for Activision to say that this is Bungie's fault, that this game has, that Destiny 1 was a failure, they cannot be any more wrong. This game has definitely helped a lot of people build relationships with people all around the world. This game has created communities. This game has created, a fundamental of, friendship and along with ways of people to be able to deal with certain problems. Like, there are people that have depression. There are people that have, medical conditions. And what has Destiny done for them? Destiny has brought them a way to escape those things, or to have the ability to sit there and play with other players that could care less that, a player on their team has a disability. This game has brought many, many people together. And I would not call that a failure. I would call that a huge, huge success. So Activision, I would say, you need to get your ass out of your own, or get your head out of your own ass, and you start kissing up to Bungie, because this game has made you millions. I think this game has brought people's attention back to Activision, and you just don't see it, because yes, people had left because of dry content. Yes, people did get bored with so little stuff. You need to realize that Bungie has brought so much to you, and if you guys can work together and provide them what they need, this game can be the best game out there for the next 5 years.
I got a question. It is up for Game of the Year as well, from what I hear.
I got a question. Didn't Activision make Call of Duty?
Activision had made. Yes, they did make Call of Duty.
Okay. How many people actually plays that and actually enjoys it? It's not a fucking tryhard or a fucking pain in the ass or a fucking douche.
There are thousands of people out there that played Call of Duty to this very day, and they still play, and they love the game. There are thousands of people out there that care about Call of Duty and make it a life hard mission for them to play Call of Duty. But how many times do you play Call of Duty and you get so tired of it because you play the same damn things over and over and over again? There's not any more content besides, oh look, we're gonna release a DLC with new gun covers and
Okay, new gun covers that you actually gotta work to get. You're not gonna be like, oh, you get the DLC. Guess what? You still gotta play. You still gotta pay 500 hours. Play 500 hours just to get this gun.
Now, yes, Activision and Blizzard are now one. Activision has bought out Blizzard, and that is why we have BattleNet.
Like, seriously, Bungie. Bungie, just keep on doing you. Keep on bringing the game. Keep on giving us a game we all love. Don't go now. I understand y'all say y'all have 50 plus cutscenes. Please don't go crazy with that shit. Please.
Hey, I like the cutscenes. Honestly, I like them.
I love a good story, but Jesus Christ, just don't go crazy with that shit. I don't need a cutscene when every damn time I pick up a twig or something. Cutscene. What the? It's a twig. New cutscene. Oh, it's a rock. Like, no, I don't need that.
Wow.
So what do you wish for Destiny 2, Lunar?
What do I wish? The what I hope Destiny 2 brings out is a better. I hope in reality the game's going to have a better content in the sense that we're going to have a longer story mode. We're going to have better and lengthier missions to give us a reason to keep coming back. Something that's going to give us, the idea of like, hey, you know what? I want to play PlayStation Day. What game do I want to play? I want to play Destiny 2. Why? Because I want to finish the mission. I want a content where when we have a DLC, I want a DLC that's going to be lengthy, not 5 missions long and then be done. I would like to see them bring in, more content. I would like to see them make the DLCs, because if we're paying $30 for a DLC for each DLC, I expect the DLCs to be at least half or almost 3/4 the length of the original story mode. So that way it gives us a purpose of buying that DLC rather than being like, hey, I played 5 missions. Here are 3 cutscenes that tell a small story, and that's it. I'd rather have a DLC where I get multiple cutscenes that tell me a full story and extends the whole story and give you a reason to feel that you're in depth in the game with that DLC, rather than saying, here's 5 missions and you're done.
So, Space Heater says, I hope they make it hard to get certain weapons and armor like Year 1.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be bringing back the grinding of the exotics and stuff. No more 3 of coins.
Oh, my soul. My soul.
And Theron says, a good story and plot with no time to explain dialogues. That is my hope.
Apparently, Therian did not like The Stranger.
We don't have no time to explain it. I don't have time to explain it. Why I don't have time to explain it?
I don't have time to explain because we didn't have enough time to really think where the story was going in the first place.
How about no time to explain because we fired the writer, so we got to fill in a gap?
Seriously, that was something that kind of triggered me. Like, okay, then let's get on the ship. Let's sit down and talk. Let's put some coffee on, and explain to me what the hell are you doing here? Why the hell do you have a gun that's apparently from the future and the past and the present all at the same damn time? Who the hell are you? What is your purpose here? Are we related somehow, bitch?
I think my hope for Destiny 2 is that our clan grows and that our friendships get stronger and we just kick some ass as Destiny 2 unfolds before us in about 40-something days now.
My hopes for my wishes for Destiny 2.
Yeah, a few more minutes, hey.
It's simple. It's very simple. Only thing I want is for our character to fucking talk. Give
They
us
did a little talking.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, don't let her be a freaking mute. I mean, okay, ain't nothing wrong with a mute. Don't take that the wrong way. Nobody, please don't. I don't need that kind of drama in my life. But what I'm saying, a lot of shit like the whole cutscene where we're getting kicked off the ship. By the way, to me, that would have been a perfect situation where that would have been a perfect place to put a line like, as he kicking us off the ship, Organic could say, "I will come back. I'm coming back for you, bitch." Bam.
All right, hold on.
But you know.
All right, guys. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and say this about Short Dog, his character not talking thing. Remember, this is a beta. They did not include all sound and all audio. They did not include any voice, systems. So our character will talk. So don't forget about that. Our character will talk.
I'm talking about more than just 3 fucking lines.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be more interactive stuff to it. I'm sure. But if not, at least they can make make it a good story. All right.
It's Jackson, this bitch.
So, all right, real quick, I've got a 10-minute clock I'm going to put right here on the stream. After this is up, we are calling the stream. This is going to be the last 10 minutes. So
Okay.
this is pretty much, we're going to do a 10-minute power play, okay? We're going to kind of just talk about things real quick, kind of go through as many things as quickly as possible, or have a really good discussion for the next 10 minutes. After that, we are done, and that's it. All right, we've been on here for almost 2 hours. This is really good, but we got 10 more minutes, so let's just kind of go from here, and starting out of now. So, one of the things I kind of thought about, which I actually would love to see, but I think a lot of people will probably end up having a hate-love relationship, is I think when Bungie made the storyline for this game and the cinematography that they created for this was so freaking good. I honestly believe, in a sense, I think Bungie should actually make a movie, or at least a 30-minute movie to maybe a 45-minute movie that you can buy that has to be related to the game and explain the story. But I mean, they just did such a good job with the cinematography. I think they should do something like that. But some people would hate that.
I mean, like, kind of do it like how they do it with the Halo series. It's like, I don't know, like maybe do something more or less like a little movie, like lore based movie. Kind of, I don't know, maybe kind of giving us a reason why Gary is such an asshole, or better yet, like I don't know, like give us a movie showing us what actually happened to the Traveler. Why did it just stop talking, doing whatever it was doing? What happened? I mean, give us something that would explain the question that we had since Destiny 1, because I'm pretty sure that, granted, some of it may get touched on in 2, but I'm pretty sure a good majority of our questions is not going to be answered in 2.
And we don't have Grimoire this time to explain it to us either.
Nope. It's all gone. It's all gone. So, but what do you guys think? Would you love the idea if Bungie decided to do something like that, or do you think it would be a waste of time?
I would be all for it. I mean, hell, Halo. I mean, like I said, Halo have great movies. Like some of the story-based movies, they're great. Like Halo Reach was great. So honestly, yeah, give us stories. Like give us movies.
Okay.
Give us something that would better explain the world of Destiny.
Well, how we got there, the Iron Lords, they were technically one of the first sets of Guardians out there, and we kind of got an idea of why Siva destroyed them, and why we never knew about them before. So we did get that in Rise of Iron a little bit. And then, all that time in between when the tower was built, how we became the last city.
All right, so
there's a lot of material here.
So we're all in agreement that, they could definitely make a movie out of this and kind of explain some stuff in detail rather than leave us kind of guessing what's going on. All right, well, I mean, that's good. Fate, do you have any expectations, or is there anything that you are looking to expect from Bungie in the next few expansions?
I expect them to finally answer the questions about Osiris and whether or not the Traveler is truly good or evil, or neither. We have Rasputin again at the forefront with the first DLC. So whether or not he becomes more of a player or he becomes our enemy like Siva became our enemy, because he was originally a Rasputin as well, we'll see what happens with him, or maybe his creation. I think my expectations in Destiny is that they're going to have a very central idea of community, and everything we do is going to be based around the communities, making use of their clans, spreading the love, basically, as we go on. But we'll see when we get an idea of what the raid's going to be like as well.
All right. Well, Maya Lord is asking. They do not know whether or not our Iron Lord status will transfer. Will we still be considered Iron Lords in Destiny 2?
My guess is yes.
Yeah. I kind of think our status will carry over. I don't know if like any physical things from
Whether or
none
not
of the physical
we'll have
stuff will
Iron
get on.
Banana will be there. We don't know. I hope.
We don't know. We don't know when that's going to happen. Spaceship battles, Therian. That would be awesome. That would be, that would be pretty fun to have some sort of spaceship battles when you're traveling through time or through space, going to your next destination.
I mean, Nessus looks like No Man's Sky, so it's possible they got someone from No Man's Sky to jump on board.
Oh God, then the game is screwed.
Oh God.
No. But that would be fun.
He's doing the designs. He's not doing nothing else but the designs. You're like, no.
All right, guys. You have 5 minutes. Throw in some questions, throw some statements in there, throw something up. You got 5 minutes before we're done.
It can be anything, or something, a shout out you want.
My statement real quick, my question. Who's your master race? Do you choose 1, Titan, 2, Warlock, 3, Hunter? Put it in there now.
Hunter.
Shut up.
For life.
Warlock, bitches.
But fuck you. But you know what would be a good idea for the whole master race thing? I mean, not master race, but Iron Lord status.
What would that be?
Like, if you have the Iron Lord status, if you transfer your character over from the previous game.
I was actually thinking. I thought of something earlier, and I thought that what would be pretty interesting is if your system is linked up, you lose all. Yes, we're losing all our weapons, but what would be nice is if our character profiles would carry over. So instead of having to actually recreate a whole character, even though that's fine with me too, but the original characters that we created, how nice would it be if they actually just carried those over, so that we have our male character, whoever we made, and how they made and stuff like that. If we want to start over, we can do that.
That's what we're doing. There is going to be, I don't know the date exactly, but you will be able to transfer over any character that completed the story mission on Venus, the Black Garden. And as long as they've completed the Black Garden, you'll be able to transfer over. And emblems transferring over the most important one is the 5,000 Grimoire, which everyone wants to get, as well as your beta emblem. If you participate in the beta, you will get an emblem.
But I think the deadline is August 1st.
Well, that's to complete the book. That's to get 100% on the book for you to get the shirt.
No.
Oh, and
shirt right here.
Yeah, who cares about the shirt? But yeah, it's probably August 1st for completing the Black Garden on your characters as well. What about game economy and with crafting and trading? No word on that. To be honest, I'm fine without trading. I'm fine without the trading. But since we'll be using Battle.net on, for PC, there is a possibility. There's always a possibility for that to come in the future. But again, that just leads more concerns for people hacking your account and stealing your stuff or deleting stuff without you knowing. So personally, I don't really care for the trading and whatnot, but crafting, I think crafting would be a pretty cool idea if we did that for exotics or something, or a certain type of weapon.
The thing I kind of noticed with the whole trading system, and most people are paying on it. At first when Destiny first became a thing and I started playing it. Yes, I was all for a trading system, but now having multiple discussions on the matter of the subject, I kind of think to myself okay, well, so how would it work? How would a trading system work?
Well, I mean, there would be an outpost that we'd have to go. Both players would have to go to, and we would have to, agree on what we're going to trade, and the trade system would go from there. Kind of like what you would do with Pokemon when you sat there and you would go trade Pokemon in the game. You'd have to go to like the Pokemon Center and do a trade. So it's one of those things. You got a minute and a half left, guys. If you have any questions or anything, throw it in there right now.
Yep. Throw that monkey in, throw that wrench in. Wait. How did that saying go?
I don't know.
No.
A monkey.
No.
Yeah, don't even try.
Hey,
No.
y'all older than me. Y'all could probably say it better. Come on.
No.
God damn it, Kymer.
Okay.
Apparently
We're talking
somebody.
about
Somebody's.
technical issues again.
Well, somebody must be calling him. So
Yeah.
this is what happens when he uses his phone for.
I pre-ordered Destiny 2 for day one. My collector's edition will be here, and James will have it on his PlayStation.
I have a digital download on my old account, Tsukino Kishi, which I hardly even use right now. I've got a digital copy there. I have a physical copy coming in on the day of release, and I have a collector's edition for the PC when it comes out in October.
And don't forget Lunar.
I'll worry about the DLC. Don't worry.
Oh no, like shit.
But you also get the DLC.
Awesome.
So
My DLC will drop the minute it's ready to download.
right.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, dude, Theron, it's nice seeing you too, man. I'm glad to see you there.
Nice hair for you, homie.
We're definitely going to do a lot more of these come D2. It felt right doing it tonight because of the beta. We thought it was going to end, but it's supposedly, everyone remember, you have till the 25th to play the beta if you haven't yet.
Yes.
Yo, y'all want to do that strike after we done?
We're done.
I'm
That's
probably
it.
gonna eat first, but then I'll be back.
Yeah, I might go get me something to eat, but
Food.
All right,
I'm
guys.
hungry. 2 hours on a stream.
All right, real quick, last statement. See, Gabriel pre-ordered it. He, his brother, and him have chosen Destiny and COD World War II. They chose COD. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude.
I mean, I don't know. COD World War II seems interesting.
It does, but as you know, unfortunately, he won't be with us on launch day of Destiny 2. So I'm sorry about that, my friend. Therian, it's been great seeing you guys. We'll see you in Destiny 2, and we'll be glad to see you with your Death Will Follow tag. You and the rest of Death Will Follow and the Wolves Clan.
Our Wolves domain.
The Wolves
We
domain.
have
All of you
great
guys.
people
We
I'm just gonna say this:
appreciate
if
it.
I see any of y'all in Crucible Destiny 2, got y'all knee. Just to let y'all know it's me.
Yep. Anyways.
All right, guys. It's been fun.
It's a sign off from everyone. You guys, we'll see you guys later. It's been great talking to you guys. Thanks for stopping by. And again, we will see you guys all out there with your clan tag names and titles. And if we come across each other, don't forget, we're here together as a group. We love you all, and don't forget to hit us up if you guys ever want to play. You know what? Just be yourselves. Have a great time. And we will see you guys out on the Crucible floor. This is
Good
Lunar
night
Night
from Loot.
signing out.
Peace.